Alright guys, so I was driving on my way to work this morning and I noticed that I had a check engine light that popped on while I was driving. Didn't notice anything funky, car drove normal, so I took it by my local parts store to get a free test, and when it came back it said that I had a cylinder misfire in cylinder 2. So we're going to fix that problem right now. Alright, so with a cylinder misfire code, it's usually one of two things. You got some bad spark plugs or you got a bad coil pack, guys. So the easiest option to do is basically just check your spark plugs, especially in the cylinder number 2. Now, if you get a code for like cylinder 4 or 5 or 6 or 4, 5, and 6, then those are the cylinders you need to check. But as always, like I said, the cheapest option to fix this issue is to replace your spark plugs, and you need to replace all of them. You don't want to just replace that one cylinder. You want to replace all your spark plugs at the same time. Alright guys, so we're going to go over the stuff we're going to need to change out the spark plugs. You are going to need to pick up a wrench driver just like this right here, good old socket wrench. Then you need to get yourself some extensions. I got a little short 3-inch extension, and then I got a nice 12-inch extension right here, guys. Then you're going to need some anti-seize lube. I always recommend using that when you're doing your plugs. Just makes the next time you change them so much easier. Then you'll need to get what's called a spark plug gapping tool, guys, and you're going to need to follow these specs on the gap. You need to get yourself a 5/8 spark plug right here, and as you can see, this is on a 3/8 drive just like that right there, but it's a 5/8 spark plug socket right there. Then you need to get yourself, if you got the 3.7, you got the 6 V6, then you're going to need to get 6 spark plugs right here. And if you got the V8 model, you're going to need to get 8, guys. But I went with these right here. They're called Champion Copper Plus. I know there's a lot of debate about iridium and platinum and all of that, but the manufacturer recommends using copper, especially the ones made by Champion right here. It's what comes with them when they come off the line. So I'm just going to use these Champion Copper Plus, and that is all we're going to need, guys, to change our spark plugs. Alright, so let's get started by popping the hood latch that's underneath the steering column, then coming around to the front of the vehicle, and we're going to open it up, hit the little tab right here, and open up the hood right there, guys. Let me get closer. So as you can see, here is the V6 engine right here, guys. Like I said, if you got a V8, you're going to have 8 spark plugs just like this. Alright, so if you got a stock air box, you need to go ahead and take that off now, guys, and it should be something as simple as just unsnapping it from over here and taking the ring off of the throttle body, guys. As you can see, I have an aftermarket one. Now it will be in the way, so we're going to be removing this, and once we remove this, then we can see our spark plug ignition coils. Alright guys, so we got our air intake pushed over to the side right here. So right here, let me show you guys, let me get in closer. Right here is a coil pack, just right there. Let me show you guys with the sunlight hitting it. So what we're going to need to do to take that off, guys, is take our 10mm socket. We're going to put it on the nut right here. You'll loosen that up, and then what you can do is pull this plug straight up, right, and that's going to reveal the hole for us to stick our socket down into to take the plug out. So like I said, this is a V6, so there's 3 on each side. There's one here, there's one right there, and there's one right there, guys. It's hard to mess up that order right there. So same thing on the other side. You have 3 in a line just like that. Now it might take different extensions to get your ratchet in place to take out some of these and things. So you might need a long one back here, and over there you might need a short one or so. So we're gonna go ahead and get all of these coil packs off real quick, and then we'll start taking our spark plugs out. And I like to just go ahead and do one whole side first. So I just want to go ahead and do these 3. Go ahead and get them loosened up, topped off. Go ahead and get the plugs out, get the new ones in. Then we'll go to the other side. Alright, so once you've got all of your plugs, nuts off and taken off, put them to the side where you won't lose them. Don't take them out yet, guys. What I want you to do is, if you have an air compressor, before you pull those boots up, go ahead and blow out all around that area and on the other side also, because you don't want to risk getting like leaves and dirt and grime down inside of the holes, guys. So always spray that out if you possibly can, and if you don't have one, just try to pick out anything and just be real careful when you take your boots out. And before starting to blow inside of your engine with your air, guys, go ahead and cover up your intake manifold right there. You want to go ahead and put like a rag, some paper towels. You can even put tape on it or whatever, but just make sure you got that covered up before you start blowing. Alright, so with each plug, once you got all your nuts loosened up, guys, and you got it all sprayed out, cleaned out, nothing's going to fall down in there, you just simply want to loosen up your boot by giving it a little wiggle and pulling up at the same time. That will loosen the boot just like that. Now, you can't just pull them out because of the wiring harnesses right here, so you need to just pull this little clip and push down, and it will slide right off, and that will allow you to take off that part right there. And now we can go ahead and get this spark plug out and put our new one in, guys. Alright, so to take them out is simple. Just want to stick it down in the hole, guys. Keep a hand on top right there, and you want to go nice and straight and just loosen that up just like that. Go ahead and loosen it all the way until you can pull it up with your socket. And then we'll be ready to put the new one in. Alright, guys, so you can go ahead and pull that plug up right there, and that right there doesn't look too bad, but it is time. It's been about almost 2 years now since we last did them, so always inspect your plugs after you pull them out, and you can look at charts online or just download one, guys, and they can tell you kind of what's going on inside of your engine. Alright, so that is the old one right there. You just want to take it out of the plug boot right there, and then you want to go ahead and get you some grease, and then we're going to grease the threads of our new spark plugs right here, and then we're going to put them right back in just the way we took them out, one by one. Alright, so here is our brand new plug fresh out of the box. We got our anti-seize thread lube right here, guys, and we got a gap opener right here. So on this truck, if you looked at the sticker in the beginning, it says that it needs a 0.40 gap, guys, and you'll see that right there, 0.40. You just need to simply start at the bottom, and you need to go over and slide this until it opens up, and you land center of 040, guys. And then what we want to do is just take our little seize right here, lube. You just want to give a little bit of it, guys. Don't do a whole lot, just a hair, just like that right there, and just get it on the threads. Don't get it on the porcelain part, and don't get it all over the top right here. You just want to put just a little bit, and over time that'll help you change them the next time you got to change your plugs, guys. Alright, guys, and if you're ever unsure about the size of your spark plug gap, right here under the hood on your passenger side right here, you should have a sticker that was put on there from the manufacturer, and you will see all your information right there, and it says right there, spark plugs on this particular truck needs to have a 0.040 gap right there, guys. So always check the sticker right here for your spark plug gap. Alright, so next we'll just take the new plug, load it right there into our socket adapter right there, guys, and then we will put it down inside nice and slow, and then just slowly turn it, make sure we got our threads lined up nice and smooth, and then we'll go ahead and just tighten that down. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is now take your coil pack that you took off, and you want to go ahead and put that right back on that plug, and go ahead and get it into place and push it down so that it goes down nice and snug. Go ahead and plug your harness back up to it just like that till it clicks, and then you can go ahead and put your nut back on that one, and then you can move on to your next couple of ones. Alright, so I've gone around and I have done the 5 that's over here, the 3 here, and the 2 in the back. They're so easy to get to. Now, for the one that's in the very front right here, you'll notice that you got these hoses right here that's in your way. What you're going to have to do is take you a star bit, just like right there. I can't remember, I think that's a number 2 or 3 size right there, guys. And you'll just need to take a bracket loose right here. And I'm missing the star bit on the other bracket bolt right there, so I had a bolt put in place of it. But you'll need to take your 2 star bits from that bracket right there, take those loose, and that'll allow you to push these out of the way this way to get your ratchet wrench and your socket down in there so you can get that final plug. Alright guys, so now that we've got all of our spark plugs changed out, we need to do everything that we did as far as taking stuff off and apart, and we need to do it backwards the way we took it off. So what we need to do first is go ahead and get that bracket right there mounted into place. And then what we'll need to do is remove our rag right there, and I recommend while you already got your air box off to go ahead and give it a nice little cleaning with a wet rag or something like that, guys. Go ahead and just touch it up a little bit. Make sure all of your 10mm nuts are tightened down. Make sure all your connectors are plugged back in, and then you will need to reinstall your air box and then go ahead and start up your truck. Alright guys, there we go. Came and cranked up the truck. The check engine light is gone, so what I recommend is just letting it run for a little bit in your yard or something. Just let it sit there and keep an eye on it. Make sure nothing's like loose or anything like that. Then take it for a little test spin. So I hope this video helped some of you guys solve out that code, and I appreciate it if you subscribe down below and let me know if this video helped. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful week. Peace.